Hi there, Sagittarius. This is your October reading for 2017, general reading. Nice to meet you. This is my very first channel. If you've seen my other videos and you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciated all the comments and feedback and likes. It's been very encouraging, and I hope through the readings you're somehow, those of you who've had some questions or concerns, hopefully through the readings you'll gather some insight. If not, there's information on how to contact me, and we can do a personal reading, which will be just for you. And I'm going to go ahead and just start shuffling. And I do an intuitive reading, and I also use the tarot, and I also use, I do some work with the Akashic Records as well, and it's a growing process for me, as all things are. I've been an intuitive all since I can remember, from childhood onwards, and an empath, and yeah, there's some more information on the About page. And so the general energy I'm getting for Sagittarius right now. I did a couple of readings for Sagittarius already this month, and it's been pretty good cards, I gotta say. Overall energy is pretty good. It's kind of you guys have been working on some things for a very long time. So it's kind of like all of these ducks are coming, and you've put all your ducks in a row, and now everything is starting to come through. And that's the general theme, really. And it's quite amazing doing general sign readings as opposed to readings with individuals privately. It's been an experience to go into that collective energy and be able to bring forth whatever messages that need to be heard. So if you find yourself here, welcome, and know that if anything, this is just something to remind you that somehow you're heard, somehow you're known and seen, and somehow you're not alone. So I think that's pretty much a good deal, right? So let's see. And I won't usually do all the shuffling in every video. I'm giving you basically an idea of the process and the time that I take, and for every energy it's just different. And if this doesn't resonate with you, definitely check your rising sign. And there will be a love reading as well. I feel like some of you Sagittarius are a little hard to read, but then it's not so hard once I start getting the cards pulled. Okay. And I don't read reversals unless it feels right to do so. So, not because I am trying to change. If it's meant to come through, it will come through. Okay. The Hermit. Might have been a fluctuation in the energy field of you guys. You're kind of, maybe that's why I've been kind of, usually depending on the energy, it's like I'm having a hard time tapping into that because you guys are kind of in a place of hiding. Hiding isn't always bad, but I think, so, the first card we have is the Five of Pentacles, and the general meaning of this card is being kind of left out in the cold. Your financial abundance, what you consider to be your energetic yield, what brings in your abundance and prosperity, somehow is locked with you on the outside in the cold, decrepit and limping. So it's being turned away. So perhaps there was that type of occurrence, perhaps not. They're very different communications, or different things that come into my mind's eye, and different things that come up for different people. So I feel like you tried to present yourself in a different color, in a different light, and it just didn't go very well. And it's not like a very bad feeling, really. And you know that you're not really on the outside of your abundance. You know that it kind of feels like you're just taking a walk outside of your house to get a breath of fresh air. So it's technically, I don't know if it's completely for someone who's just been left in the cold. It is mainly, I think, you're going out for some air, you're feeling a little kind of suffocating a bit, feel kind of like you've been running around a lot, really, really, really ragged and tired. That's what I'm getting. You've been putting in a lot of work and just really tired and wanting to get some fresh air, needing to just balance out. So then we enter later on in the month, some clouds have cleared and you're getting some offerings. Perhaps somebody who's upset you is coming back to try and apologize for something that they wish didn't go, like things didn't go a certain way, but it did. Or it could be that there's some options that you have here where you can't decide what you exactly want. And for me, when I look at this, it's a little playful, I think. I mean, you've hit higher ground, you've become more grounded, you've come out of the winter and you've skipped into some blue skies with a nice field, and you're under a tree, and it's a far better situation. So for me, what's coming up is that this was just a circumstantial thing, and the overall energy that you were giving out before because of some circumstances that you are coming out of. So going into this, here you are, you're centered, and you're sitting with the tree, you're becoming grounded, and this is great. And I feel like there is a time for you now to kind of make some decisions that you haven't been able to make. You're getting some time to have a reprieve, to have a break. So coming into that, we then get the Two of Cups. So now you just had 4, now you have 2, so you have 6 cups now. So cups and pentacles don't always go well together if you have too many, but if you have enough to kind of, depending on the reading and what's being asked and what's going on, the circumstance, generally speaking, you have sword energy, you have wand energy, you have more cups energy, because once you get the Queen of Cups, but then you also have the Ace of Pentacles. So overall, you know, the pentacles and the cups kind of balance each other out this month. So your emotional yield is connected to your energetic yield, right? So you got the Knight of Swords, so you have an ability to kind of stay strong and stay on your path regardless of what obstacles are coming in your way, or what I feel like there's like this block in decision making, or you're just kind of having a hard time letting somebody back in. So we have the Two of Cups, and initially it came in reverse. And some of me felt like keeping it in reverse. Here's why. Because I feel like some of me got this image of taking the cup and kind of holding it and upside down and looking at it going like, is there anything in here? Is there anything left? Because I feel like maybe it's like you still need some time to think about some things. It's like you want it to be upright. You want to be like, okay, I'll receive these 2 cups. But I also feel like for some of you, it is in reverse. It is this feeling of really like, is there anything left? Do I have anything left to give in this situation? Am I really like, do I really want to continue? That leads you to a place of introspection. We have the Hanged Man then. And, you know, the bottom of the deck was the Hermit, the Virgo energy we got here. Just blame it all on Virgo. No, I'm kidding. So there's a going inward type of feel for those of you watching this video. That's, for some of you, is like you're going inward and you're hanging in that, and you reach a place, as I look at this card, focusing on your root chakra. And maybe, I think, these are just the things that come up. If you know what it's, I don't know why I can't remember the name of it now, but it's, they use it in Pilates as well, and it's a way of kind of flipping yourself upside down. My gosh, I know it, but I can't remember it right now. But anyway, doing some form of getting the blood flow to your head. If you can start getting that blood flow going to your head, and yoga, meditation, if you're not familiar with those things, just I don't know, if you're safe and able to do a handstand, do a headstand. But literally, I feel like there needs to be some circulation to the head. There needs to be some blood flowing, and some movement, you know. I think there needs to be some circulation there, and I think that's part of there's something that's remaining stagnant, so it's making hard for you to receive some of this, you know, this person trying to talk to you or communicate with you. Whether or not it's romantic, I don't know. When I tap into that area in the romantic love reading, we can take a look. But so there will be a time during the month and that you will focus in on just kind of, you know, you wanted to get centered and more grounded, get out of the cold, get out over here. Then someone comes in and says, you know, I'm getting this as like an apology, and you're kind of like, I don't know, man. So, you know, if I go back into this, do I have anything left to give in this situation? So you go into the hangman position and you just kind of sit there, and, you know, I think there's some stagnant energy. So maybe you need to release something so that you can receive, you know, the 2 cups. If you see from your situation that this, will go ahead and clarify that too, but definitely clarify that. So, all right, we'll move on from that. I'm going to keep it in reverse though, actually, because it actually feels right that way. So the Hanged Man, then we go into the 7 of Wands, and you go from Hanged Man to 7 of Wands. So I feel it could be an external energy that's going to be coming in and really just trying to get your attention, or it could be you just jumping back into work really quickly from taking this time off. Like you just jump right in. Maybe you just have no choice but to jump right into work. And you're fine, you're holding your ground, you're back at it, you're working hard, and yeah, you know, so you're determined again. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So there's all of a sudden this great amount of determination. So I think this time to reflect, coming out of a difficulty, going into wondering, should I receive this new thing? Do I have what it takes to exchange and give in this situation? I mean, do I have anything left to give? I don't know. And thinking about a lot of things, and realizing too that, you know, there needs to be more flow in your life, and just getting that to that place of being more enlightened about what your present circumstance is. Where do you want to go? How do you want to shift and move things around? And then you have here the Wands, and you're like, okay, so I got the Wands going on over here, so I got to go back to work and work hard, or someone's working real hard to get you back into their good graces. But then we have the Knight of Swords, which gives me the even more stronger feeling that there's determination. There's an end goal here for you, Sagittarius, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. And I think that is definitely going to be the wraparound in this moon cycle for you, or this time frame, this period. All right. So, and it's going to lead to an opening of a great deal. Perhaps this has been something for some of you, you've been saving up to buy a home, for a wedding, for an event, for a birthday party, quinceañera. I don't know, I'm getting that when I'm looking at it. It's been something that you've been determined to save money for, and lo and behold, it's coming your way. And then you get the Queen of Cups. So it's like you balance out towards the end of the month. You balance out. So it's a very introspective month. And with the Queen of Cups, you know, that was what was coming to me when I was looking at it, was you're looking very intently at that contraption that she has in her hands, and her amazing chalice or cup. Maybe some Piscean energy here too for some reason. The reason I'm saying Piscean is because I see this baby holding a fish, and that's catching or the cherub, or the engraving of the angel that's in there holding I guess it's an angel, or those could be waves. Either way, it's a baby-like figure. I use humor sometimes too, so I just letting you know. I won't announce humor. I'm just announcing it in the videos because it's fairly dry sense of humor, I guess. And sometimes, you know, maybe I'm not always funny, but I try. I do what I can. I think everything has to be interlaced with humor. That's just how I live and function. It's a good way to go, I think. So you're submerged in a great deal of emotion because of this Ace of Pentacles reaching this place, but you're also still very, very determined and very intent on what you have accomplished, what you have gotten in your hands, what you have finally achieved. And the reason why I just saw Piscean is just because I said like the fish, and then I saw the baby, or the baby-like cherub figure. It could be a dwarf. It could be anything really. We don't know in detail what goes on in an artist's mind when they create what they create, right? But when we look at the tarot, we know that there's certain symbols and placements of the cards. And that's where sacred geometry is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify each of these a little bit more. There's some detail that's coming in towards the end of the month too. A lot of detail about your situation. It's very... there's a lot of water energy there, a whole lot of water energy. Like you're submerged in that, but your head isn't caught up in it, and your actions and your work isn't caught up in it, but your body is definitely feeling it. It's feeling the emotions, it's feeling everything. Being the queen of it, though, is a good thing because that means that you got a good ground to it. You got a good, stable understanding of what you're feeling, you know. And there might be people that are concerned about you, and that's good. You know, you have people watching out for you. However, you also are very intent, and I think that's the concern here, is just that you're so intent on, focused on this, that they want to make sure that you're gathering that, you know, the water here is seeping to your feet and it's coming through. But, you know, you got to control of it because you are the Queen of Cups. You understand, like, you know what, I have this, I got this. So hold strong to that energy and acknowledge that. And I think, you know, as you move through the rest of your month, I mean, this will be towards that, depending on the time frame. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but it's definitely, you're in a space right now, and I feel it. It's a space of really going inward, but also you're in the outward. You're doing stuff. It's just there's some inward work that you've had to do. You've had to really put your focus really on something else. And, you know, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I think this is something you've been working for a while, and it's coming together. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. So I'm going to use the Thoth cards, and I'm going to go ahead and clarify. Let's see. Clarify and just see what more information we can get. So I'm just going to let it. I think I'm going to do 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Wands. And if anything else comes up, sometimes it just, I don't take poppers unless it feels right. I call them poppers, I call them runners, I call them slippers, flippers, jumpers. Did I say jumpers? Sometimes it's just the sense. If you're attuned and you're aligned before you do a reading, then you can sense it. And for everyone, it works differently, you know. And I sage and Palo Santo the cards before every reading. Yeah, meditation around Sagittarius, it's been really like going into that area. It's busy, calm. You know, like when you're in a the news reporter, when they're like, news reporter. If you're at a newspaper publishing company, or they're about to get the paper out, you are on a deadline and everyone kind of has this zen-like work thing going. Everyone's just buzzing away trying to get this deadline and get everything done. And in the newsroom, it's chaotic usually, but when it comes down to deadline, it's like all of a sudden, there is some running around in some situations, but it's this zone that everyone goes in, and it's so powerful. And only if you're an outsider and you walk in, you can see it and go, whoa, we're all really zoned in on what we're doing. And that's kind of where you are, Sagittarius. You're in the zone. So clarify the 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and Hangman, and 7. Okay. I just felt like doing that. Yeah, I think we're good. So to clarify or to give further info, for the 4 of Cups, we got the Princess of Swords. So there's definitely some cloudiness that you're emerging from, some fog, or someone else is emerging, and they're like, hey, I got something to say to you. And this could be an air sign. This could be, I'm getting maybe possibly Libra, or, yeah, I mean, it's an air sign. It's, you know, and you're coming out of this feeling of like, you're emerging, but your thoughts are definitely in order, maybe a little too much order, and you know, but maybe you're valid in this. Maybe you're valid. I'm going to decide if you're valid. I'm kidding. Princess of Swords, the energy I'm getting from this is just that you might be a little too quick to say certain words, so that's all I'm saying, is be careful not to be too cutting, but to be precise. And the princess here is fairly precise. She has everything, here we have a geometric pattern here, and she has you can see it's to show you where she has where she has drawn her sword and how she has cut the air, and like how she's, you know, at least that's what's coming up for me, is like this is the energetic impact of her words. She's able to be so sharp and actually on point, in synchronicity with what she is feeling and what she wants to say. So that is a good thing. So when this situation arises, this is just in good faith to remind you that yes, it is this person coming out, emerging from the clouds, and you're kind of like coming out of the clouds yourself. So then, you know, with emotions, if you have the proper words to communicate, that's always great. When we have the Knight of Discs here, I'm getting an earth sign, kind of somebody, it's taken a while for them to come back around, and they're they may not be in the best shape. A good indication of a knight is usually, for me, is the good indication of a knight and how kind he may be is looking at the condition of their horse. So I'm looking at the horse, and whenever I want to get another feel about it, this person may not be in good health. Could be a parent. It's an older figure, but it's also someone bit of, they're high on their horse. So this is a person that it's a person that you might feel you've had some arguments with, been a bit defensive with, or they've been defensive with you, which makes you wonder, do I have it to go and bring you back in again? I don't know. And you know, it looks like this person, at the end of the day, you got to pick and choose your battles. You got to see what's serving you and what's not serving you, but you also have to see for the greater good and collective, like what are you deciding, and is it worth your time and energy? That's, I think, definitely what you're contemplating here. And it seems like regardless of what comes up this month for you, Sagittarius, it's like you constantly know, like, you have all the tools ready to go, because getting the Knight of Discs with this, it's just, I was asking to kind of know more of who this person might be, and the energy I'm getting is just, you know, a parent figure or some family member, and health issues perhaps, if this is a romantic partner, maybe short in stature, because, you know, it's a short night and he's on top of this huge horse that's obviously hasn't been taken care of very well, or it's just been on a long journey, and he's still standing tall, and he's like, oh, I can keep going, haha. But his horse is like, I could use a nap. I could go and rest right now, because you've been on my back for a while. So I feel like that's kind of the energy that maybe you're feeling with this person. So you think about it, you go in your space, and you know, you come to a peaceful place. You get the Princess of Cups. And I think that's, you know, also I'm seeing purple, and I'm seeing heart chakra, and it's making me also think of circulation. And again, I'm getting Piscean again for some reason. I just see the fish and I'm going Pisces. So, yeah, just some more information about these cards. And then we have the Seven of Wands, and we got the Eight of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like there's this thing where you're like, I got to get back to work, and like, you know, just a lot of thoughts and words and thoughts, and I feel like some of you have to go back into work for something, and that's the interference, really, and you're just kind of like, I got to go back to work, and you were in this place of like, I'm in my zone, I'm getting this, and it's like, I got to go back to work. But no need in fear, because you have the Four of Cups, and you got the Knight of Swords. So these are not bad to go together, because you immediately get back on your horse and you're like, I'm getting back to what I need to focus on and what I need to do. And, you know, I have the luxury here of I'm getting, I don't know, I think maybe you go out for a bit, have a good time, enjoy, I mean, what's coming up for me, maybe dinner with someone, just get out and about. And it illuminates things for you. It helps, you know, it keeps you in your process of trying to raise your vibration. And, you know, I had to pick this card next because it was like, okay, it was the bottom of the deck, and I was like, well, it's telling me to put it with the Ace of Pentacles, because that's what it feels like. It is the, you know, Four of Wands, and we have this sense of completion and finality and triumph and really just getting there, you know. So I felt like that was like a really beautiful card to come up. And it's focusing on circular shapes. Yeah, possibly fire energy too. A lot of fire I'm seeing. Root chakra. Let it flow through, you know. And yeah, and then we have the Queen of Cups right there. Of course, when you do a private reading, it'll be far more detailed, and it'll be, you know, towards your concern or query, and I can sense you, and we can go into a bit of the charts a little bit, and if I'm able to, go into the Akashic Records as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some cards from the crystal oracle deck that I have been using by Judy Hall. It just helps to help me bring me into just like, you know, it's not like you have to buy the crystals or anything, Sagittarius. It's just that there's certain energies and minerals that come from certain crystals, and we're all made from the earth, everything, that we're all connected and created that way. So certain vibrations and energies and colors can indicate some things within yourself that need more focus or clarity or attention. It's all mind, body, and soul. It's all connected, and spirit. All right. So this came up a couple of times too before. Pink granite and peridot and halite. So go ahead and show you this one. I'm definitely going to read this one because it's come up a couple times for Sagittarius. It even came up for me. So I was like, I'm not a Sagittarius, but I was doing a reading on something, and I just was like, pink granite. But I know it's not for me this time. It's for you. It's for you. Halite. So I'm definitely getting some heart energy, your heart chakra, and we definitely have some throat work here. I'm getting singing or humming. When you go in the shower, do some humming and singing, getting in a vibrational space. I think that's going to help bring out the Princess of Swords and the Knight of Swords, because it feels like you're going to be very quick to have a response, as opposed to, you know, usually taking your time and thinking about it and stepping away and thinking about it and stepping away. I mean, this is kind of cool for you, Sagittarius, because a lot of you sometimes tend to be like, I'll just step away. I'll just step away. So I'll do this later, or I need to think about this. How am I going to approach this? All right, so 36 pink granite, the lightning bolt. Pink granite was the highest paramagnetic resonance of all stones and creates immense energy. Self-understanding. You are an ancient Egyptian with the arcane knowledge that role entails, but you originated in the stars. You understand cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, and immortality. You have been involved in ancient power struggles. Cut yourself loose. Become more grounded. Learning experiences occur regularly, and serendipitous synchronicities put you in exactly the right place at the right time. Divination. Be assertive and make things happen. Events move with surprising speed once you focus your intention. So the whole picture before deciding, be pragmatic, but don't give away power. Maintain balance in a relationship. You need diplomacy and tact. Lightning can strike twice. If dealing with ancient strife, look at the bigger picture. Healing insight, everything must pass away. Death precedes transformation and birth. The frequency you're getting here is earthy and high. Chakra, it's saying it just covers it all. So who knew pink granite has that much power, huh? I know. Timing out of the blue. Soul path, a lightning conductor for positive change. So yeah, I mean, we have the Seven of Wands energy and the Knight of Swords. So there's some urgency here for you, Sagittarius. Definitely an urgency. And I wanted to pick an animal card too. I just was curious about one other chakra. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think root, heart, and throat is what's coming up, so yeah. Alright, so I just want to pick one animal card because that came up for me beforehand to do that for you for some reason, Sagittarius. So, or Sagittarius rising or moon in Sagittarius. Venus in Sagittarius. Sometimes for the romantic love readings, I realize that it can also resonate if your Venus is in a certain sign. That's what I've found. And I'm using the Animal Spirit Guides Messages Oracle cards made by Hay House, and they are by Stephen D. Farmer. So, Sagittarius. Alright, so the card that came up, Wolverine. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. So, what is the further reading of that? Dun, dun, dun. You have what it takes to deal with this turmoil, one where events have taken a different turn from what you expected. Recall those times when you faced adversity, when you had to dig deep inside yourself to discover the internal resources and the will to continue onward. I think this was kind of the struggle that was starting out initially in this cycle for you. So, as you recall these memories, be aware of how they feel in your body. Anchor those feelings by calling on to them. So we got the Queen of Cups towards the end, and that was what I was feeling, was that your body is going to be holding a lot of the emotional charge that you're having. So really check in and do your body work. Anchor those feelings by calling on to them. Shore up your courage to help you maintain your dignity. By dealing with this situation head on and paying attention to the nuances of the shifting energies, your inner wisdom will dictate when to move ahead and when to retreat, keeping you, helping you sustain your power throughout. By maintaining this stance, You're not only protecting yourself physically and emotionally, but also spiritually. Call upon the warrior inside, the archetypal aspect of yourself that's charged with defending the internal kingdom and the archetypal king or queen. This is one of those times when you definitely need to be assertive with others and say no. Wow. So, when necessary, learn to be able to say no, asking for what you want and sustaining your physical and emotional boundaries. Pull your shoulders back, lift your head up, look straight ahead, and keep a relaxed vigilance. Do your best not to complain and be a martyr about what you're involved in presently, for only it will drag you down. So, I guess that's just a reminder, and I think that as you're staying focused on what you're doing, I think that you have all the tools within you to keep that Wolverine on point, so that you can know that you're at task and you're okay and you're working hard and you're getting it done, you know? Anyway, good job, Sagittarius. You've been working hard and you're coming to some completion, and that's a good feeling. So congratulations on that. That's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. So have a great rest of your October. I will be doing a romantic reading. Hopefully in the next couple days that'll be up. And I thank you so much for coming by. If you liked this video, if it resonated with you, please hit the like button. If you've got anything from it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I would love to hear your feedback. This is a kind space, so let's keep it kind. So far it's been fairly kind, and so loving the comments that I've received, and just hearing everyone. I'm taking it all in, like whatever anyone is saying. When I do readings now, you guys are now part of that collective that I read to, so it's an honor, and I thank you, and I'm excited to do this and have another door that healing can come through. So definitely hit like, hit subscribe. If you want a private reading, the information will be there also. And I thank you. Be really good to yourself. Be kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. Take care now. Bye, Sagittarius.